are in love with him here in Louisville. Marcus in the open floor, hops incredible. Here comes Maven off the steal.
Get up, get up, get up, get up. Let's get ready for Marcus Maven. You're about midway to the midday with Marcus Maven. And you can call in, I lay back and just listen to Marcus Maven. So sit back and relax and watch Maven. Break it down like this. Woo!
Broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Time for Middays with Marcus Maven on 99 The Ville. Now, here's Marcus Maven and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. It's midday with Marcus Maven. 8150 93.9 is the number, 93.9 is the station, and I'm glad to be here. These are the days where I want to tell you the podcast that will be posted by our man Mitch as immediately following the show will probably be some of the most Stone Cold Mitch, by the way, follow him on Twitter. It will be the most important podcast you download for the rest of your life. I'm going to teach lessons for you and your children. But first, Steve Rummage in the building. Mitch is in the booth.
I had a good weekend, a decent weekend. What wasn't a great weekend, but overall, it wasn't terrible. Weekend wasn't terrible.
It sounds to me like you had a bit of self-actualization during your weekend, which we will get into. Mitch in the booth. Mitch, what's going on, my man?
Nothing much.
Cool.
I kind of just found out I was doing this show yesterday. So.
Had you found out?
There we go.
Listen,
there we
Mitch,
go. Now
had
we're
you
onto
found
something.
out earlier that you were doing the show, would you have had something different to say to open the show?
I probably had some exciting story over.
You would have
it,
had absolutely nothing to say, would you?
Oh, that's my dude, man. Nothing much.
Listen, Stone Cold.
Hey, I'm just doing the show.
Well, man of many words, Mitch, it will be running the booth, by the way, so you get your calls in. 8150-939 is the number. 3831-939 is the text line. Got a lot to get to today. However, I'm not going to make this a Super Bowl-centric thing. I mean, listen, when I got into radio, it was not to be an echo chamber of every single person you hear on the radio, every single person you hear on TV. That conversation, listen, you enjoyed it. You didn't enjoy it. You thought it was a good game if you like defense. You thought it was a bad game if you like offense. Tom Brady wins again. Rams, good luck next year. What are we waiting for? Commercials,
Yeah, no, I think, we'll just get this out of the way because there's a lot. I mean, we have to kind of go over Saturday and prepare for the week that is
there's
to come.
too much going on.
I don't have time for the Super Bowl right now. But
we'll rehash the Super Bowl on Friday.
But we will do this really quick. I enjoyed the game for the most part, but I also, admittedly, I told you last night, I enjoy a good 6-3 Alabama LSU. I like the chess match that was last night. I think last night, I will say, and I like Brady. I usually will pull for Brady. Last night wasn't about Brady, though. Last night was about Belichick and the defense, man. They were the show last night, and it was impressive what they did. It was impressive to win a game in which, I mean, Brady was not bad. The only Brady moment, though, was, I think, the throw to Gronk.
Right.
Everything else was kind of, it was just it was Belichick. Belichick won last night, man. You say, yeah, that's you.
Like,
man.
yeah, but not that you're taking anything away from Brady.
Oh, no, he's awesome. I love Brady. I'm one of the few that do.
The system.
Yeah.
But and here's the thing. I'm going to say this, and we're going to move right along to other subjects. Please pardon me, people. Forgive me for saying this out loud.
Yeah.
But sometimes I have to divulge personal things.
Sure. Let's do this.
It's a little different watching football when your son's not in the championship and he's an NFL player.
You're getting pathetic with this.
Listen.
I'm just angry.
I don't watch college championships the same way. I didn't watch it. I came back in after Jalen got drafted.
I know.
But I can't watch NFL football the same when my kid is a representation of a different.
And please don't let me bring you down, because you got to understand, I'm coming off a church service where you walk out and you can push the door open, and I watched my son try to pull it 3 times and then look
in
at the
front
guy,
of people
and look at the guy working the door,
like
almost
unlock it.
like what are you doing? I'm like, what are we doing here?
Son.
Hey, one of my buddies that's there, he looked over at me like, and I looked at him like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So later I was holding my younger son,
right.
Xavier, afterwards, and a buddy come up and he's like, man, he was joking around. He's like, man, make your wife hold him. You put him down.
Right.
I said, did you watch that boy try to walk through the door earlier? I said, this boy right here is precious cargo.
Right.
Because I'm not sure we're gonna make it out of there. Okay. My
just
NFL dreams are dying
with them trying to pull the door.
So don't let me bring you down. I'm just.
You get the point. Like I said, I watched it volume down, kind of read simultaneously,
sure.
But Super Bowl.
Sure.
Anyway,
there you go,
Steve. Yeah, right there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, feel free to text in. We'll read your text.
Cowboys are gonna win it next year. We know that.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen's gonna get traded to the Cowboys, and we'll win it together.
Oh, dude, how awesome would that be?
That'd be big.
That will be the best.
That'd be so fun.
That will be the best.
So, Steve.
All right, here we go.
You said you had a decent.
Here we go. No. If you can't do a show without choking up, let's all be awkward.
Somebody's sabotaging me in here. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me.
I know. As soon as you come in here, it's like Super Bowl.
I talk all morning.
Yeah.
And we come into the studio.
You can't breathe.
Then all of a sudden,
there was a stretch where we came in here, and it was weird. We would start coughing, and we're like, "What the heck, man?" Like as soon as the show would start, I'm like, "Well,
like what's going on in
I
here?"
was like, what? So now we use.
I'm gonna put a spy cam. I'm putting those USB port spy cams. What would you do if you found somebody in here tainting our?
I beat them up.
You can't get over that.
Just try. I mean, at least I would try. Like, I'm really not a bad dude. I'll probably get beat up most of the time. I say beat up.
Friday went to Saturday. Saturday went to the morning. There was so much excitement heading into this weekend.
I'm glad you said that, because I think we need to start there.
You're right.
I think we need to start there. Pat on the back for the crowd. Pat on the back for the fans. I thought the excitement. Pat on the back for the marketing team.
There's a reason the first thing Coach Mack said in his press conference was acknowledgement of the fans, but we'll get there. People, we had Vince Tyree on the show. Oh, I'm sorry. Not on the show. In the show.
In studio.
In studio. He sat with us, gave us a full 30 minutes explaining what goes into the decision of doing a Muhammad Ali whiteout game.
I know.
He explained the entire process. I even asked him in particular about the negative detractors that have a problem with these events that you put together.
Yeah.
And he says some of them hit,
yeah,
some of them miss.
Yes.
But we go forward. Steve,
it was cool.
Sometimes we're rolling.
I know.
And sometimes we call
the doctor.
What a great transition. Our very own representative of 93.9, I'm sure you've heard the show, Dr. Mark Hebert. Doctor, thanks for joining us on your station, 93.9. What's going on?
I'm not a pediatrician. I'm not an orthopedic guy. I'm just the doctor.
Just the doc.
I love it.
No,
I'm going to give you guys something to talk about here.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 45 seconds. I'm going to hang up. I got work to do.
Yeah.
But here's some things. I listened to Steve's post-game show on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And I heard some negative stuff, about, sky's falling, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Sky's not falling. North Carolina just beat us. They were better. They came out. They played great defense, and they bullied us. They just did.
Yeah.
Number two, Darius Perry played with confidence, and he played well. I think that is good news going forward to tonight. It'll be interesting to see what happens tonight with Darius Perry. And number three, the U of L women may be ranked number one in the country for the first time ever by the end of the day today when the polls come out. And I think that's a credit to Jeff Walls and his group of young ladies who are really playing very, very well right now. So those are three things you guys can talk about today. How about that?
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
Mark, I appreciate
Pretty
it.
good. Thank you, Doc.
I appreciate the content. For those who don't know, first thing I ask him before his own shows, I try to steal all the content and all the information from his brain. People don't realize what it's like to have really, really smart people around you all the time and supportive people.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. And we're going to talk about Darius Perry.
Let me be clear. I wasn't, when he says negativity, that wasn't, I wasn't being negative. I'm not a skies falling guy.
But that's one of those things, like, he's invested too. And when you hear the negativity, you get hypersensitive to it. But we won't get just there just yet.
Yeah.
Marketing team.
I thought it was good.
Event.
I thought the crowd was there early. I thought everything you wanted to accomplish was accomplished.
Was 100% accomplished.
Absolutely. I thought it was good.
It was classy. It wasn't.
I heard this morning that some people are on the fence with different things. I personally enjoyed the Ali stuff. I enjoyed the whiteout. I think that's cool. I think it's cool to celebrate things like that around the city.
Yeah. See, and I listen. I'll say this. I have absolutely no problem having that conversation, but I don't have it because it's not a conversation. Guy who calls in and says, "What's the big deal about Muhammad Ali? He's a draft dodger," is the same guy that tells me to stick to sports.
Yeah, I tend to
It's
agree.
not a conversation.
Yeah.
We have the all-time greatest athlete from your city who made sure to tell everyone on the planet he's from your city.
Yeah.
So your attachment and your representation of Muhammad Ali, yearly, monthly, I don't care. It works for me. Like I said, unless it's personal for you.
If I have a soundbite from one of the greatest athletes of all time, and I'll leave it at this, saying I got all my greatness from Louisville, Kentucky.
Why would you not use that every single day of your life?
I don't know why I played every game, so like I'm good. Yeah.
The opening of my show is just a guy saying, "Marcus Hop's incredible," like on TV. Like I use that. So anyway, like I said, he's the best boxer of all time, competitor of all time, psychological whatever of all time. He's fine with me. I'm cool with it. Get over it. People inside the bowl, it might be an echo chamber where you're hearing the same voices complain about the same thing, but outside, trust me.
Yeah, it's good.
So much so, and this will be the last point I make about it.
Yeah.
Probably forever until somebody starts complaining again next year. Do you know that boxing theme had people with gloves on in the stands? It had our commentators punching each other in the middle of the game. So much so that the conversation leaving that game was about 60%. Did you see? That's what a boxing theme does at a sporting event. We give you gloves, you start punching each other.
Yeah, and I will say, now I'm not talking about the Ali part, I'm talking about the boxing theme itself. As far as being worried about did it motivate North Carolina, sorry, dude, we beat you by 21 at your house. Yes, we're putting together a knockout theme.
No, and listen.
I don't care.
And you know what? Like, conversely, I told you this.
Yeah.
I told you this. There's two aspects to that. You stared at the North Carolina players' reaction. That was envy.
Yeah.
That was envy and jealousy, right?
Yeah.
And what I'm telling you, people, is why I tell you today is going to be an important day for you to listen to what I have to say. Those players were already angry. It was anger mixed with jealousy, right? This is awesome what we're doing up here. So, like, good.
Yeah.
Good, because a good lesson was learned. And I said it to Steve as we're sitting there. Steve says, "Oh, that they're not gonna." I said, "Steve, North Carolina, and listen, sports gods is my witness to keep this politically correct.
Sure.
When North Carolina came to Freedom Hall for one of our biggest runs of Freedom Hall history,
absolutely,
the thing that angered our team the most, and you can go ask every member of that team, the thing that got us the most fired up is how awesome their uniforms were." They were the first with the shooting shirts with the hoodies on.
They look good, yeah.
They had Beats by Dre. It wasn't even made yet.
Yeah.
Beats by Dre and 99.
Dre was still rapping with Tupac.
Beats by Dre were like, what do you call them? The prototypes. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And North Carolina had them. But listen, they were so clean. The uniforms were tailored, and it was beautiful. And we were just so envious and jealous. And that's why you go take it to them.
I know. Well, I like what my guy Tyler on Twitter said I think the worst part about the loss is we probably won't wear those uniforms again.
Those uniforms were awesome.
They were awesome.
They were absolutely awesome.
They were good.
So yeah, like
you aesthetically. Let me say this. Let me say this real quick, and I'm gonna aesthetically you won. Okay, you won the day on national TV. You looked good. The crowd was great. The crowd was there. They were loud up until near the end, pretty much.
They were nervous, but
it was a nervous crowd. But they were. But it's because it's a smart crowd.
Yeah,
it's
right.
One of the smartest fan bases in America.
Right.
We knew the out. I said this on the postgame show, and I don't know if you heard it or not, but I said that the final score was a 10-point score.
Right.
I don't think a lot of us were surprised at the score. I think a lot of us were a little aggravated with the way we got there.
Yep.
We thought, I don't think anybody in that building was surprised because we understand basketball. That a good team like that comes in, it's a 4 or 5 point game the whole time, then they get a few free throws at the end.
Yep.
Instead, as what I saw a team come out, they got a big time lead, and I watched Louisville cut it to 10.
Right.
Which credit to, we'll get into all that stuff later because it's not all.
Yeah, we'll get into
it's not all bells and whistles today because you don't get beat like that and just come in here and go, well, everything's fine.
Yeah, right. We're just getting the chronological order of the weekend.
That's why I said it was a solid day.
Right.
For the University of Louisville. It was a solid day.
Okay, so we are done with all the aesthetics.
Yes.
Actually, the camera shot, the 360 camera shot was awesome. I think Steve Rummage and myself won the 360 degree thing. I think you're gonna tweet out that awesome picture, Steve, at some point.
Yeah, you did well.
So we got all the visuals out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, get to the game. Right? Early in the game, let one complaint out the way so I can scare off all my listeners of rival fan bases. Yes, I thought the calls on Malik Early were very bad calls. Yes,
Valentine sucks.
I think those bad calls at the beginning of the game affect the way the game is being played. This is not something you've heard from me for the first time. 2 quick fouls on your Malik Williams, the guy who stretched out North Carolina last time. It's 2 early fouls, and he's playing reluctant for the rest of the game. You know what that turns into? Oh, we're just the softest inside team in history. And then you know what I say, Steve? I say, have you ever been in the doghouse with your family or, your wife or, your girlfriend or something? Just the complete doghouse. It's not really. It's not really your fault, but you're just on the receiving end of this, right?
That's never. Yeah, that's 95% of the time. Yes.
So I don't consider it's not a personal doghouse. It's just I got to tiptoe around this house because she's in a bad mood. Not my fault, right?
Yes.
And then you say, hey, honey, you want some pizza? I'm sick of pizza.
Yeah.
Hey, honey.
I'm sick of you. I want a divorce.
See, and you can't do that.
No,
all you have to
I've
do.
I've never personally done that, but
all you can do, Steve, is accept that impact, right? Mm-hmm. And just be the pincushion. I know it's not my fault, right?
Yes.
But I gotta coexist in this house still. You know what I'm saying? Or I gotta find ways to just take this. You know what I'm saying? Take this attitude.
Yeah.
You tried to play a game against hyper-aggressive people who were embarrassed last time with 2 fouls. That's what that life is like.
Yeah.
You're in there doing something, and you have to keep the peace and be friendly, right?
Yeah.
You have to absorb all kind of. Was another good?
My cousin said. So it's like me playing basketball when you're playing bad. We had to go.
Yeah. You're going to be the accepted. Yeah. So listen. So let's just make this clear for those of you, by the way, we'll talk about that Malik social media interaction a little later on. But those of you who just took away from this game that the narrative was they're soft. No, they're young. You don't know how to play with 2 fouls and still be tough.
Yep.
Being tough, the way you're tough is aggressive, go block the shot, right? Third foul, you know what you say? You can't try to block the shot, right? They're learning how to chest up with 3 fouls without.
There's a happy medium
Yes.
that you could tell.
They're not there yet.
They didn't know.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's a happy medium that, let's say this, Carolina, and I said this on the show, I said I think a lot of credit, and I said I think the story coming out of this game nationally will be that Carolina's playing really, really good basketball right now.
Right. Even before.
Yeah, but one of the things is it's a happy medium that a senior Luke May realized you didn't know.
Right. A Roy Williams Hall of Fame coach. Perfect trap out of the timeout. Perfect game plan. You must lower your shoulder and ram your body into Malik Williams over and over again. You know where the difference was between a team that's been through it and a team that hasn't been through it? There's 2 places.
Yeah.
That where you saw them take advantage of they had more confidence inside because they went out there. Either senior Luke May knows and Coach Roy Williams knows. And who do they have on their sideline that played for North
Hubert
Carolina?
Davis.
Hubert Davis. All of them know. We have got to, keep on banging away because we've got those early fouls. Just like Louisville got against us early. They took advantage of it. The other place where you have to learn, you have to grow, is a play like a Ryan McMahon. There's 2 times you're within 12, 11. You have an opportunity to make a run.
Yeah.
Ryan McMahon pump fakes his man off the floor, and I'm talking about. Well, listen, unless you're a cat, when you're in the air like that, there's nothing you can do, right?
Yeah.
Ryan McMahon has got to have 2 fouls from that game.
Well, his pump fake sucked. I mean, the pump fake didn't suck. What he did with the pump fake.
Right.
I'm angry because the pump fake's so dang good.
Yeah, listen, Coach Mack said this within the last 2 weeks.
And I love
he said,
Ryan. I'm not knocking Ryan.
Right.
Yeah.
All you have to do is look at the roof and somebody's jumping at you.
Yeah.
And you have to be ready for that. That's 6 points. If Ryan is as good as a free throw shooter as you say he is.
Yeah.
That's 6 points on 11-point runs. That's 2 players, or I think it's the same player, a starter that's not in the game, right?
Sure,
that's
sure.
a simple play that the difference between being a top 20 team and a top 10 team is me drawing 2 fouls on some of their starting guards.
Yeah.
And now we're digging into the bench. Now we're digging into turnover-prone people. That's a fact.
Yeah,
That's what you saw. But listen, there's another growth aspect that I saw, and it jumped off the screen. This is where I'm getting into.
But real quick, before we go on past Ryan, I don't think I'm being too harsh when I said on the postgame show too. I said he needs to talk to somebody like Luke Hancock, because my only issue is everybody's jumping. Chris Mack said it. They jump. But if you're not going to do anything with it, just shoot.
Just shoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't retire the pump fake.
Listen,
if you're not going to do anything with it.
You said it. Make them block it.
Yeah,
Make
sure.
them just block the shot.
Who cares? You're 6-foot white guy. If they block it in the 3rd row, yeah, cool.
You ignore that. You concentrate on the shot. You have a deep range.
Because I thought he passed up a few.
No, I know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The only way you're going to get people to stay on their feet is if you pump fake them and draw the foul. So this is like, to me, that is a real coaching thing that, or coaching player thing that we have got to get corrected.
And please don't lose your next point, because I don't want to go too far down this road. But when I watch you get in the lane and drop Kobe White, do that. Get in the lane. I will say Ryan didn't get a couple calls.
That's a fact. Listen, after the pump fake, he drives. He doesn't get the touch foul. Okay.
Sure.
But what I'm saying is efficiency is why Tennessee looks so good.
Yes.
Efficiency is why Michigan State looks so good. The difference between our team and the teams are the easy buckets.
Yeah.
Are the easy fouls. If Reed Travis gets you in the air, like guys that are playing good right now, whatever. You get my point.
Yeah.
If somebody on some of the top 10 teams get you in the air, they're going to the free throw line.
Sure.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Another thing, this is where we're at. The post entry has got to be better. And the decision once you get the ball has got to be quicker.
As far as post.
As far as post.
Okay.
A couple of times, if you go back and look at the game, Steven Enoch gets the ball. He doesn't even realize there's nobody behind him.
Right.
He turns and looks. And by the time you turn and look, you're looking for contact, but there was no contact. So you have got to make up your mind quicker that you're in attack mode. Play and then react to what you see.
Yeah.
Instead of, going into the play looking to do something.
You said, and I told this story on the post game, and I'm going to tell it again because I think it's important. You were very quick to Steve Enoch checks in the game. I remember, I think it was the second possession. We were down on our end of the court. Steve Enoch goes up. He goes up for the ball gets tipped around a couple times.
Yep.
He actually gets the rebound.
Yep.
So, and you said to me, I can't remember exactly the word you used, but it was basically he's playing a little lazy today.
He's not playing vertical.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
And that was quick, but that ended up being the story of the day.
Listen, there's two Steves, right? There's Steve that goes up and gets the ball, and there's Steve that tries to make space and let the ball come down to him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big body, not jumping Steve. When he's tired, right?
Yeah.
He makes room and kind of boxes out, but doesn't attack the ball to go get it, right? Like Dwayne Sutton attacked it and went vertical for it,
Yeah.
Like sometimes VJ King, he'll try to box out, and let the ball come down to him.
Yeah.
Enoch is better when he's going to get the ball. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Okay. So I noticed that early. The ball was kind of fumbling around in his hands. He wasn't as confident. And like I said, lazy was the harsh end game.
I say lazy to that's kind of my almost my slang of what we're trying to say.
Right.
I don't think Steve's a lazy player.
Right.
But he's not tired at the beginning of the game.
Right.
So what causes that?
Right. Listen, he comes in again, one of those psychological miscues that I kind of feel out. And this is me just fishing. Sometimes I think when Steven has Malik, like when Malik's, was starting, Steven started playing better. When Steven came into the game, he knew he was going to probably be playing for the rest of the half.
Yeah.
So you naturally kind of might conserve the way you play.
That's a good point.
Because I'm in here now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because the last thing he hears probably out of Coach Mack is, hey, man, stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah.
The last thing Steven hears is, hey, Malik got 2, stay out of foul trouble. So now he's not going to attack because he don't want that over the back. That brings down your aggression level. Malik, his aggression level's done because I make a clean block and I have my hands in the air and I walk up to Luke May. His arms cross paths with my arms, and that's 2 fouls on Malik. What am I supposed to do for the rest of the game? Right?
Yeah.
So those are 2 psychological aspects of the players if you watch the game. And here's what I'll do. Instead of diving forward, I'll go back and put the umbrella over it all. That team you saw,
Mm-hmm.
the ebb and flow of the game,
Mm-hmm.
you've seen it one other time.
Yeah. Kentucky.
You want to know
Yeah.
what the similarities are? They're the 2 most overhyped games of the year.
Yeah.
I told you last time, I said, we didn't learn about our team athletically in this game. We learned about the team psychologically in this game. The whiteout, Muhammad Ali, photo shoot, that was the same build-up in the Kentucky game. You had all that time to get ready for this big game, and everybody's talking about it, and everything's just, I don't care what you say, everything's a little different. Everything's a little different. So the psychology of I'm gonna let this guy do it. I'm not gonna be selfish. Remember I talked about it? You try not to be selfish.
Yeah.
Then you pass up open shots.
Yeah.
You had the exact same performance. You got down by 15, 16. then you're fighting back because you're comfortable fighting when you're down
Yeah.
by 16. It's easier to fight. It's a less pressure shot when you're down like that. You attack the basket different.
Okay, it was Kentucky, but I feel like it was played at a higher level. Now, what I mean by that is I think, and that's not a shot at Kentucky.
Yeah, no,
actually,
because you're getting better at dealing with that emotion.
As much as it makes me sick to say,
Playing great.
the way they won at Florida was the first time I had that moment where I was like, oh God, they're gonna be good.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
so I'm not. This isn't a shot at them for once. I'm sure. Give me a second. I'll come up with something that will be a shot at them.
Right.
But I thought that you were playing at a much better level now.
Yes.
That's the only thing I don't want to get caught up in is like when we compare them, because I think it's a great comparison. I don't want to sound like, well, they haven't grown at all since Kentucky.
The physical play was better basketball play.
Yeah.
The psychological play was closer to the same.
Like if that team, okay, if Kentucky played just now,
It's the
Kentucky's
same.
playing a lot better now too.
Right.
But if they played exactly like they did on the 29th and you played the way you did against Carolina, that's a much closer game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I just want to make sure we do realize, even though we say they're comparable, they are much better now than they were on the 29th of
you
December.
get my point.
Yeah.
Listen, the psychology of the way they approach these huge mega games, both were at home. Both were filled with all distractions humanly possible, and they looked the same. Like the facial expressions looked the exact same almost. They were just better basketball players against North Carolina because they've gotten better.
Yeah.
But that's that's how it goes. Like that. I saw it, and I went back to my famous line. Yep, this is what it's like. This is where you learn. You learn how to execute stuff under high pressure. This is where you learn the difference between we got to get easy baskets here.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan, you got to know as a junior, as a redshirt junior, this is my opportunity to get them to back down. Pump fakes and drawing fouls gets people to back down. When Malik turns around and kind of doesn't get that play and he gets his shot blocked, it's because he's flat-footed because you're not leaving your feet. You don't have the extra, the extra confidence because things aren't going right. Here's what I'll do. I'll get to the phone lines right now because we're just rolling along, and I didn't want to turn this.
Well, there's just a lot to talk about.
Right.
I think overall.
We didn't turn this show into detail.
Well, and the reason there's so much to talk about is because it is such a big week now.
That's a fact,
So-
and we're gonna get to all of the importance of that game and moving forward and the macros and everything. Mark, thanks for joining us on the Ed Scoring's Collision Center Hotline, my man. What's on your mind?
Hey, man, you guys hit the nail on the head. And, Steve, I just want to touch on what you said earlier with the whole McMahon and the pump fake. He's got it every time. It blows my mind. And what kills me is he tries to dribble drive. That's not his game.
Right.
Stick to what you do best. Shoot the three ball. And he can knock down free throws. We know that.
Oh, yeah.
So anytime you get out-rebounded, I think we got out-rebounded by 17, and they shot 10 more free throws than us. That's a recipe for disaster. You're not going to win that way. And it was a rough day Saturday. My girlfriend's a Michigan State fan. They lost. Kentucky won. We lost. And rightfully, I'm rooting for Michigan State the rest of the year. So, I mean, you guys hit it on the head. I mean, you got to rebound. You got to hit free throws. And that just goes back to the style of play. We just didn't seem like we were physical enough Saturday, and it came out to be the case. But, we got it tonight, so let's see what we do. Go Cards, man. Thanks for taking my call.
No,
Appreciate that,
absolutely
man.
appreciate the call. And listen, to your point, when you talk about out-rebounded, the first half we were crushed. What happens the first few minutes, Steve, of the second half?
Well, on the first possession alone, we got 3 offensive rebounds.
That is psychological, people. You didn't get bigger the second half.
Yeah.
You didn't get faster. You didn't get stronger. You got determined. You got psychologically locked in. You remembered what this feeling was like against Kentucky, and you saw it and you recognized it, but the ball was rolling.
I wrote this down, and if I'm off, I'm only a number so off. I don't have my post-game notes with me, but it was 28-12, I believe, at halftime, rebounding. With 14:30 something left to go in the second half, Louisville had already cut it to 33-23.
Right.
Like they come out with a point, get the freaking rebounds. And they were doing it.
That's what I'm saying. Like I said,
Which Mac had a good question too, or Mac had a good quote after that too, though, and I loved what he said. He said, "We come out in the second half, and the way we rebounded the ball he said, that allowed me to ask my team, well, why the crap didn't you do that in the first half? Yep. Why did we not have any? You come out on the first possession, you got 3 offensive rebounds. How did we not have an offensive rebound at half?
Right.
And I thought that was good that you kind of could point that out.
But you get my point. If you're focusing on the ability of your team to win games based on that performance, you're being unfair to the team.
Yeah.
Listen, you can say, hey, the big games, they're not, you know what I'm saying? They have a hard, maybe they don't come out as fiery in the huge
They're better
games.
on the road. I mean, that's all there is to it. They're better. They're a better team on the road so far. I don't know why. I don't care to know why. But
because you're the hunter on the road.
Yeah.
And these kids are naturally hunters. Listen, again, Steve, you spent your entire careers so far, other than VJ King.
Yeah.
You've spent your entire careers as underdogs.
Yeah.
You come into the Yum Center on February 2nd, and you're a favorite against number 9
Yeah.
North Carolina Tar Heels in a whiteout game. You're not used to this position.
I know.
It's foreign.
Yeah.
And everybody who says it's as easy as playing hard, having a lot more money is as easy as saving money.
Well,
and everybody says it, but
and
when it's time to go to Ruby's, we go.
I know. Yes. By the way, I'm kind of got to talk to you after the show.
Too
Got
often.
something lined up here soon. But they, I said this too. It's another thing. I don't want everybody gathering. This has got to stay between us, Louisville fans. Somebody asked me yesterday. They said, y'all sit right there where the players run through, right? It was at church. We was talking. I said, dude, I'm gonna tell you right now. I said, on a year-to-year basis, the 2 most impressive teams that run through that tunnel are Kentucky and North Carolina. Every single year, that's the 2 most physically. Kobe White is 6'3". And he looks little.
I don't want you to tell everybody about the emotions that I was spewing to you.
Yeah.
Let's just not make it awkward. But I said, is he really 6'3"? And I said, nah. And then I saw him stand next to Malik, and I said, uh-oh.
Yeah, he is, man.
He's really
when he ran through there, I was like, oh God. Like they are.
That tells you how big the rest of the team is.
Yeah, I mean they're impressive, and while I do think I watched Louisville go down there and kick the butt, so Louisville can do that
and look bigger.
Yes, but when a team that impressive says, I will die.
Yep.
Before that's
was
why,
that my quote?
Yes, yeah. That's why when you cut the lead to 8 and there's a scramble for the ball and you should have had it, and a dude jumps in, an All-American jumps in face first and knocks it out of your hand, and another guy gets it and he kicks it out front, and a Kenny Williams catches it right in Dwayne Sutton's face and hits a 3, and Dwayne looks back and goes, "Jeez, what do we do?"
See,
that's just a team you're not. It's tough to beat.
Listen, for those who don't know, follow me at Marcus_Maben on Twitter. Here's the thing. I have the plays recorded where Quan Four is our toughest, scrappiest player.
Yeah, I would agree
Quan
with that.
Four and North Carolina's 2 guard, I can't think of his name, made a lot of hustle plays. This is what he did. Imagine a ball on the ground. Both of us are facing each other, squatted over, trying to pick up the ball, right?
Yeah.
You know what their player did? He, like an offensive lineman, he dove his body into Quan and pushed the ball through his own legs backwards, like a center would do.
Yeah.
Like if you imagine being over the football, he dived his upper body to physically, I'm going to take you out.
Yeah.
And let whoever's behind me. That's an attitude, Steve. And if you're listening and you're saying, well, why did we do that?
I know.
Right, because that only comes from something called your fight or flight response.
I know.
And that's why I made the example. When you're tapping into your harshest fight or flight response for a basketball, you do things that are illegal, and if you get caught, you're willing to deal with the consequences.
You can hear
he dived his body into Quan Four, and they came up with the ball because the ball went again back out the backside through his legs.
You can hear it. You can probably hear it in my voice, man. I was just impressed. I was impressed with North Carolina. I was impressed, and I will set back and I will back Louisville till I'm blue in the face. But when the time comes, I will say I'm impressed with the
and I'm
basketball
getting
team.
to the phone lines. Before we came into the show today, I said, "Who's their worst loss?" Right? Because I'm like, they've taken some losses, but they're still pretty much up there. Then I realized their losses are to Kentucky, Michigan, like Texas, and Louisville.
Yeah.
Those are their only losses, people. They busted UCLA. They beat Gonzaga by 20.
Yeah.
This is, people, you're flirting in the top 8, the top 10 in the country. These are the teams you're flirting with. Now, if you think that you're not going to take some hits and some lumps and some lessons, like, our guys are just learning how to run the high, low, and seal their man.
Here's the kicker for me when somebody says, the season's over, you look like crap. If you, let's say Louisville gets 5 seed, Carolina gets the 4, you match up again, do you feel like you can't beat them? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Do you sit here today and feel like, oh my God, we'll just be in trouble?
Let me get back to this phone line. People are excited. Cody, thanks for joining us on 93.9, my man. Fire away.
Hey, what's going on, guys? You know, it was really hard for me to stay upset at that game because it was so freaking nice outside. Like, I went out and took my dog for, like, a huge walk after just to release some stress.
It was beautiful.
And I was like,
yeah,
I was like, you know what, man? Life's good. The sun will come up the next day. You know, here's the thing. Enoch had probably the worst game of his collegiate career, man. I mean, I don't think that's ever going to happen again. I was just so upset because I don't care how good Luke May is physically. There's nobody that should get an offensive board over Enoch. Enoch is too big. He's got too much of a trunk on him. Like, you can't just have, I don't know what his stat line exactly was. I just know it was
bad. Yeah, it was. I think 4 rebounds, 0 for 1 from the field. Like, yeah, it was not good.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen again. I'm actually happy that we've got a quick turnaround. I feel like we respond better with a quick turnaround. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the pressure. But, you know, you tell me 2 months ago we split the series with Carolina. We get 2 top 20 road wins. Hopefully we compete well with Duke. I mean, I think you're pretty happy with, with what you got going on. But just a couple of things real quick. You know, VJ King, I see VJ playing more aggressive. I don't know if it was you guys or one of the 3 to 6 shows, but I really do feel like now it's a mechanics issue because I'm seeing him do stuff. His mechanics just seem completely wonky, man. His jump shot looks different. That weird hook shot that he took in the first half against Carolina looked completely off. I don't know. I think he's starting to try to play aggressive. It's just his fundamentals don't look good right now, and I don't know if that's something to be concerned about going forward. He's a very weird case, man. You pull for him, but it's just it seems like now he's trying to get an offensive rhythm, and he just can't do it because he spends so much time not trying to score, not trying to do much. But I think if you're a Louisville fan, you're very happy with how Perry came out. I called him on the post game and just said that's exactly how you get yourself into the starting 5 or get yourself back in the rotation. You know, you might not score that much, but when I saw him hike up his shorts against Kobe White on like the last minute of the first half, I'm like, dude, that's the energy I want you to come out with, man. You know, because my biggest criticism with him is it seems like when he gets out there, the attitude of the team seems to change. But I saw him get out there, and it looked like his aggressiveness on defense and just his posture, just everything about his demeanor picked the team up a little bit on defense. And that made me very, very, very encouraged, man. And I really hope that because we need him so bad. We need a little extra punch on defense and a little extra punch on offense. And he's the guy at this point that I'm looking forward to do that. And I've been critical of him all year because I expect so much out of him. And that's exactly how I expect him. If you have an off night, that's what I see I want him to do is just play hard defense all the time. But, you know, I'm excited about tonight. I think that we're probably going to get this dub. But, you know, I appreciate you guys letting me get my thoughts out there. I'm going to keep listening. Go Cards.
No, appreciate the call. And again, here's the thing. Today, I wasn't going to come in here with a bunch of new player solutions. And that's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
When I know I have the players and I have adjustments that can make me as good. Okay, do you think that Louisville's incapable of playing as hard as North Carolina?
No.
if they're not capable of playing as hard as North Carolina, and you don't think a Louisville team playing more motivated would put you on par with them, that's music to my ears. That means I can send out Steven, Malik, Quan, Kristen, Jordan, Dwayne, Darius, VJ, and I can win a game.
Yeah. No,
I can win a game against, listen, kick me out of the top. Kick me out of the top 8. Say I can't beat the top 8.
In what?
In
the country.
Yeah, in the country.
Okay.
Give me that. Okay, Marcus. 9 through 20.
Okay.
You can work.
Yep.
You can lose to, but you can work.
Yeah.
If you send me into my season saying you're a 9 through 20,
sure.
If you play like that, listen, people get busted in the tournament. That's how you crack it. That's how you crack a Final Four. You come in as an outside hungry team with nothing to lose. Before you know it, you're a year ahead of schedule. Now there's a bunch of pressure on Mac, and we're laughing because now everybody's, wondering. We spent our whole offseason talking about Final Four and where they at.
Yeah. No,
that's the chemical recipe for a great season.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what and that's kind of what I meant, man.
But you have to learn your flaws.
I think I do.
You have to learn your flaws.
Well,
Ryan McMahon has got to learn to get that. Malik has got to know to turn aggressively towards the basket. These are flaws you can work on.
But I do think, and I something Cody said, and I said it on the post game. Actually, Patty Ice really brought it to my attention. To be honest with you, I do think something to take out of that was Darius's play. I think you can say, okay, now, and look, maybe he comes out tonight and it's like, well, and if so, then okay, there's still issue there. But maybe a game like that gets him going, man. I mean, and I don't know. I agree with you. I think coming out of that game, I just didn't feel like there was a lot of fixes.
That was the point.
Yeah,
I didn't need a personnel fix.
No.
If you left that game and you didn't need if you didn't need somebody you haven't had before, if you begging for VJ, we needed VJ in that game, or we needed some guy that we don't have in that game, or we needed Ray Spalding from last year, you didn't see the right game.
Yeah.
You needed energy.
Yeah.
Effort early. You needed focus.
Yep.
You can play hard and not play focused. You can play hard and not play violent.
Yeah.
The commentator said it. Louisville in Carolina was ready to fight. Here they were ready to compete. That's the difference. That's the difference, minus a couple of tweaks with the way you play, some attitude adjustment, some execution improvement.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, I'm comfortable going into this week.
We are absolutely rolling along middays with Marcus Maben. As always, 8150-939 is the number, 3831-939 is the text line on 939 the Ville.
We are right in the heart of winter. Buy a complete Trane system and get 6 months special financing, plus your choice of a whole house humidifier or air cleaner. It's hard to stop a train, and it's hard to not call DFH Company. So call today, 968-6222, or visit dfhcompany.com for full details.
At Woodbridge Winery, our philosophy is life is measured in moments, make the most of them. That's what guides us every day. Robert Mondavi founded Woodbridge in 1979 to make light, smooth, easy drinking wines that bring people together. Great California wines made for everyday enjoyment. They're delicious on their own or with a variety of foods. And with 13 bright, fruit-forward flavors, there's a Woodbridge wine to share with everyone at your table. Woodbridge by Robert Mondavi, making moments worth sharing for over 30 years. Please enjoy our wines responsibly. Woodbridge Winery at Campo, California.
Genesis Diamonds makes Valentine's sweeter than ever this year with an unprecedented offer. Just spend as little as $199 on a fabulous piece of jewelry, and we'll give you fresh cut flowers, a box of chocolates, and a romantic dinner absolutely free. This is an offer only Genesis Diamonds can make. Just buy any jewelry for $199 or more, and we'll give you some fresh cut flowers from Nan's and Craft Florists, a box of chocolates, and a gift card for her dinner at Louisville's exquisite French restaurant, Brasserie Provence on Hurstbourne Parkway. And you're going to love the collection of affordable Valentine's gifts we put together. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, bands, all the gifts women love. Classic, affordable, timeless. Make Valentine's one to remember this year with one-stop shopping. Pick out that perfect gift at Genesis Diamonds. Spend as little as $199, and we'll give you the flowers, the chocolates, and the Brasserie Provence gift card at no charge. Our treat, Genesis Diamonds, where Louisville gets engaged. Shelbyville Road Plaza next to Trader Joe's. Supplies limited. See store for details.
Why take the extra time to wood age beer? Why insist on the same pure limestone water used to make bourbon? Well, here at Goodwood, we've come to believe that what's good for bourbon is even better for beer. Our extra steps pay homage to the region's distilling legacy and to those old barrels out there that still have so much flavor left to give. Sip one of our freshly nuanced stouts, lagers, or ales, and we believe you'll think so too. Try one today at our tap room on the corner of Main and Clay Street or online at goodwood.beer. That's goodwood.beer.
It's basketball season, and the Troll Pub under the bridge next to the KFC Yum Center has you covered. The Troll Pub is in the heart of Whiskey Row, and with over 25 HD TVs in the house, you won't miss a second of the action for any big game. Great food, great drinks, great atmosphere. The Troll Pub under the bridge, a unique underground dining experience. Oh, don't forget to take a selfie with Louie, too.
This is U of L Today with Mark Hebert.
Football players' brains are wired a lot different than the rest of us, and some players have a cognitive skill that U of L researchers call superhuman. Their studies after this.
It's time to stop putting off your dreams and make them a reality. With loans from Commonwealth Credit Union, someday is today. To learn more about all our amazing loan programs, visit ccuky.org/loans. Commonwealth Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA, equal housing lender.
Scott Wiley and Brandon Alley are assistant professors in U of L's Department of Neurosurgery. They did research on what they call the interference and impulse controls of 280 Division I football players.
When you look at just basic reaction time, football players are actually no different than you or I. However, when we put a visually chaotic scene that can distract you or take your attention away from your ability to respond, football players are actually almost superhuman in their ability to shield out that distractive information.
But the most remarkable group were the running backs.
The U of L researchers are also looking at concussions and how the injured parts of a football player's brain may not recover at the same rate, as well as how ADHD drugs might hurt players' performance.
So how these medications, how head injury, how sleep deprivation, how some of these things affect these split-second decisions, which are very different than the basic everyday walking around, remembering a list of 10 words.
Doing research that impacts lives. We are U of L.
Have you been in a car wreck? Insurance companies can be really tough to deal with on your own. I'm Sam Aguiar, and our team is here to help. We have been fortunate enough to represent thousands of people from Kentucky communities, and we would love to speak with you about your potential case. Our team loves what we do. The consultation for you is free, and we don't charge you anything unless we win the case for you. So come be a part of our team. Our phone number is easy, 502-888-8888. 502-888-8888.
There comes a time in some people's lives where they wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and say to themselves, "Oh my God, I'm going bald." If that's you, don't get depressed, because I have fantastic news for you. I'm Brandon Lang, best known for the movie Two for the Money, with Academy Award-winning actor Matthew McConaughey playing yours truly. When I decided to fix my baldness, I researched hundreds of doctors across the country before deciding on one of the best right here in your hometown, Parsley Waldman Hair Center of Louisville. My consultation was so easy, and as it turned out, more affordable than you could have ever imagined. Dr. Waldman and his staff treated me like family, and from the moment I walked in the door till the time I left, I was treated like royalty. Go to hairsurgery.com right now and let Parsley Waldman help you get your hair back and your self-confidence back as well. That is hairsurgery.com. That's hairsurgery.com, and take the first step to being young again.
Hey, guy on the couch who doesn't want to move. What you gonna do? when Mr. Delivery brings Yankee Noodle to you. Hey guy at the office that promised lunch at noon. What you gonna do when Mr. Delivery brings Chewy's Tex-Mex catering to you? Hey dad who forgot to bring home food. What you gonna do when Mr. Delivery brings CPK straight to you? Order online or download the Mr. Delivery app. 30 to 60 minutes, it'll be there in his app. Use promo code ESPN. First delivery's free. MrDelivery.com. Local restaurants deliver.
When you've been in the floral business as long as Nansen Craft has, you know a thing or two about keeping things fresh. This is Luke Hancock, and whether it's for business, special occasions, or just because, I trust Nansen Craft for those special moments. Order online today, nansencraft.com, Louisville's legacy florist. And remember, guys, Valentine's Day is right around the corner, so go see Nansen Craft. There's nobody else I'd trust.
Anyone can deliver a box of groceries, but when you consider the source, only Kroger can bring you the fresh, delicious food and quality products you already know and love. And no matter how you like to get your groceries, Kroger makes it easy with store pickup. And now you can have your order shipped right to your door. So now it's easier than ever to check out while you're chilling when you shop online with the Kroger app or at Kroger.com today.
Hi, this is Scott Davenport. I'm the head basketball coach at Bellarmine University, and I want to invite you to join me every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. on 93.9 The Ville, talking sports. All sports, all levels. Football, basketball, baseball.
Say that one more time.
It's on the table.
I think he is. Let me go ask Pat.
I may not agree with it, but I will respect.
Yeah.
Things from 7 to 8 on 93.9 The Ville.
Buy the Reds Pick 6 plan, presented by McDonald's, and receive an exclusive oversized Joey Votto bobblehead. You can pick any 6 games, including Fireworks Fridays and Bobblehead Saturdays, while saving up to 25%. Plus, you get 6 McDonald's Extra Value Meal vouchers. Be a part of the historic 150th season by purchasing the Reds Pick 6 plan. Get yours today at reds.com/tickets. Some restrictions apply.
We all have our mountains. The challenge is that push us further. At Coors Light, our mountain is brewing the world's most
I got Mac post game too if you want it.
brewery's cold lager to give Coors Light its signature crisp taste. It's why we cold filter to ensure brilliance and clarity.
You guys good in 30 or you want more time? Okay.
Refreshing flavor. Because we believe every climb deserves a refreshing finish. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Great beer, great responsibility.
Hi, Brett Saberhagen here, and if you happen to be in Louisville, Kentucky, you need to go to Top Round Roast Beef to have a great sandwich.
Robbie Gold, NFL kicker here. If you're looking for the best roast beef in Louisville, go to Top Round Roast Beef.
Hi, I'm Joe Theismann. If you want the best roast beef in town, go to Top Round Roast Beef. You won't be disappointed.
The Stars know where to get the best sandwich in Louisville. It's the best roast beef and the best custard you'll find, and it's right here in our backyard. It's Top Round Roast Beef in St. Matthews on Shelbyville Road, just east of Hubbard's Lane.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville. Something on your mind? Hit us up on the UPS Jobs text line, 3831 93.9. Middays with Marcus Maben on 93.9 The Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben. 8150 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. we may jump around a bit this hour, so it's important that you know the number. You can wheel us back in, or you can kind of help guide us to the conversation. The reason I said that is because going into the break, there's a couple of comments. You know, our guy Cody's kind of mentioned, you know, hey, Virginia Tech's on deck, right? I have a confession before we go forward. My confession was supposed to be before Steve Rummage told me what he said he was going to tell me. But here's the thing. Everybody said, oh, go to Virginia Tech and everything's all good, right? And Marcus Maven knows that, no, you don't just go and get a responding win in Blacksburg, Virginia. So while everybody else was saying that, I'm saying you can easily take a big loss in Virginia Tech. They're number 12 in the country. They're number 12 in the country, maybe moving up a little higher. You know what else? They're having a blackout in Virginia Tech, which, Steve, I've been trying to mentally condition the audience of fans and non-fans that there is a reason when people have Louisville coming to town, you see an inordinate amount of L's down and blackouts and specialty events, right?
Yeah.
Because Louisville, on and off, is a brand, right? Like, you know that you need a game against Louisville. You bring out a special scenario. You don't, listen, when you think you're going to get crushed by Duke, you don't do that. When you think you're going to get crushed by Virginia, you don't do that.
Right.
Louisville's a game you know you got to have.
Well, you look at Louisville's outs. Whiteout, North Carolina, blackout, Duke. Now, the red out's just the senior night. I mean, we do that every senior night. It don't matter who it is. So, but, I mean, you black out Duke. You white out North Carolina. I mean, that's, you white out, black out, green out, purple out, the big time.
Right. My point is, don't be in a rush to stick Louisville as underdog, but don't. Here's the thing, Steve. I was trying to come up with a theory before the show started, and it was like, Marcus, what are things you notice just about like loser kind of attitude and loser mentality, right? Yeah. Things like the training, the perfect training, to build a loser mentality.
Okay.
Like, number one thing I would say is not appreciating the wins.
Yeah.
Not acknowledging a time you win.
Yeah.
Right? Because you compete for wins. And if you move the bar and turn a good win into a not so good win consistently, be prepared to have a uphill battle mentality moving forward.
I think so. I mean, because I think what I would warn against is anybody, if you got a buddy today that's like, well, Indiana beat Michigan State, that sucked. Well, no, that Michigan State's still a big win. You know, on a Thursday night against NC State was crap this weekend. They looked really bad.
You think Michigan State is punting on their season because they lost to Purdue and Indiana?
Right. I mean,
you think anybody locally is punting on? And listen, you don't have I'm punting on Louisville because they don't have the coach. Yes, they have a sufficient coach at the very, very, very least. If the worst thing you could say is Coach Mack isn't a Hall of Famer like those other guys.
Sure.
Yeah, you don't win Big East Coach of the Year if you're just like out there getting it done.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
You're not just winging it.
Yeah, I don't like to rewrite. I mean, I think Louisville still has the same good wins they had. And I think the NCAA is coming out with their little top 16 ranking over like this weekend or something. If you realize if you beat Virginia Tech, you're probably going to be in that when that comes out this week.
It's going to be a tough game.
Oh, no. I'm not writing Virginia Tech. I mean, you're a 5-point dog tonight in a blackout game, in a game that the ESPN predictor gives you 18% chance to win.
Say that again, Steve.
You have an 18% chance to win in the ESPN predictor tonight. You're a 5-point underdog in a blackout game on Big Monday against a team that's going to be ranked 10, 11, or 12.
But this is what people should know.
It's a huge win if you win tonight.
But this is what people should know.
So you better put a proper amount of respect.
That's my
If Louisville
point.
goes in and wins this game tonight, if Louisville goes in and wins this game tonight, Steve Rummage is going to be sitting with Marcus Maben somewhere going, God, good win, man. Good freaking win.
Here's the thing. ESPN, who makes that prediction, factors in that Louisville only has an 18% chance of winning because these analytics are in real time, which tells you, people, that when they say on ESPN bracketology or something, and they have Louisville as a 4 seed or a 5 seed, that's saying, okay, even if they lose this Virginia Tech and this Duke, and one of them they may steal and win the games they're supposed to win and split with Florida State, and get in the tournament, and this is what we think they're going to do in the tournament based on the percentages.
Yeah.
They're factoring everything you're reading now and saying 4, 5, 6. Are you not happy with 4, 5, 6?
I know. When I remember getting laughed at, was like, man, I think you get in the top 8. The top 8? Oh my God. Well, yeah, no, I think these teams get in the top 8. I mean, was that crazy? I mean, now you're going, this team's going to end up 8th. Okay. What happened?
Right? Like
you're the game of the night too, by the way. You got Billis, you got those guys. I mean, it's going to be a top 20 game. Louisville's not going to fall out of the top 20 today. They're just not.
Yeah.
Enough teams lost behind them. I bet they fall to about 17th. You're going to play a team that's ranked 11 or 12. I mean, this is a big time basketball game on a Monday night.
Moving the goalpost, ignoring the wins, and discrediting future challenges.
Absolutely.
In every single sport.
Yeah.
If you move the goalpost every time you play, you set a goal at the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on pace to reach the goal, or if you're ahead of pace to reach the goal, and you decide that I set my goal too low and I'm just going to change it, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you're chasing, but you're not getting the payoff.
Yeah.
For the chase at all. And this is like when you have season, that's why Mac and all these other coaches break it down to 4-minute goals.
Yeah.
Win this 4 minutes, right? All the best coaches break it down into sections, seasonal sections. Rick did it. Crum did it. Everybody breaks it into seasonal sections and game sections. That's what you do. When you keep moving the goalpost and saying now losing to North Carolina is not good enough for us because we're, so much better than that. Marquette's number 10 in the country, people.
Yeah, and we'll raise today.
And we'll raise.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, think about it. All the people you're splashing in the pond with, right, are 8 through 16.
Absolutely.
Moving the goalpost, not acknowledging wins, and the last one is discrediting future challenges.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
if I go do this and do this and do this, then maybe I can do that.
Well, my question is, you have 2 ranked teams on the road this week because Florida State's going to still be in the top 25 this week. Virginia Tech's going to be, like I said, anywhere from 10, 11, 12. Today, you have 2 ranked games on the road, but you will find some people saying, well, these are games you should win. The real test is Tuesday against Duke.
Yeah, listen.
So,
okay. Virginia Tech's number 12.
Yeah.
In a blackout game.
Yeah.
With a point guard that I'm sure is going to play now.
Well, you should beat them. You should beat Florida State on Saturday. But then you come and you lose to Duke by, I mean, I hope this don't happen, but say you lose Duke by 12-13. I mean, they suck.
You had 3 tests this year. North Carolina,
Kentucky, and Duke. And you failed all 3 of them. You're out. Like, what are we doing here?
Tori, thanks for joining us on the Ed Score Collision Hotline, my man. Fire away.
Hey, Marcus, thanks for taking my call. Yeah, look, I'm not worried about Saturday. I mean, if you look at the schedule that Louisville has played, if I'm not mistaken, unless it changed and I haven't checked it, Vermont is the top of their conference. Lipscomb is the top of their conference. And poor little Robert Morris is at the top of their conference. And Louisville beat all three of them, not including Michigan State at Seton Hall, busted North Carolina in Chapel Hill. Saturday, okay, it was an overhyped game. Yes, I think it was just way too much hype going into it. I think we'll be fine going into the season. But my main question is, I saw where Virginia Tech is like a 4.5-point favorite. Y'all might have already talked about this. But is their point guard going to play tonight? Because I kind of find it hard to see that them having that much of a favorite tonight when they only have like probably 6 or 7 scholarship players. I understand it's a blackout and all that, but with Louisville's depth, I think we'll be fine. I think it'll be a tight game till like maybe 3 or 4 minutes left, and I look for Louisville to pull out a 5-point victory. But if you can find out if their point guard is going to play tonight, that'd be much appreciated. Thanks, guys, for taking my call.
Appreciate the call. I'll say this. For anybody who's milling around and saying, "Oh well, you know, what's his name? The point guard,
Justin Robinson.
You know, he's in a walking boot."
Yeah, well, he was this weekend. Yeah.
I'll respond with this. Louisville fans remember a little point guard.
He did break his toe though. Like, I mean, I don't think.
You know what this is? The world's smallest violin.
Yeah.
Playing for the broken toe.
Yeah.
I had trainers, Jerry May, Trey McKnight, Jonathan Israel. They wrapped my poor broken toe so many different ways from Saturday that I have absolutely no sympathy against somebody I'm getting ready to play.
Oh, sure.
And their broken toe. One game after, I will talk about the fierce determination and heart of that point guard at Virginia Tech who fights through, because everybody knows there's nothing worse than a broken toe.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Right. If he truly has a broken toe, I kind of hope he plays.
I don't. But yeah. Look, texters know. Big toe is what made Deion Sanders retire.
Oh, trust me, we've had this conversation on here many times, man. I mean,
listen, and when you say,
I don't think he'll play.
When you say walking boot, I watch Cameron Murray. I watch him get more, say this in a nice way, more sympathy, attention.
Yeah. Okay.
Walking around with that boot. At some point, I was just like, dude, you had 10 and 12 against Kentucky. You don't need that boot. 10 and 12, then go put the boot back on.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I don't want to hear it. Point being, boot or no boot, they're number 12 in the country.
Yeah.
And they're pulling out all the stops in the blackout.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
This team bounces back, though. This team bounces back.
It's a good Blacksburg. It's a tough
Yeah, it is. No, it is.
Todd, thanks for joining us on 939. Fire away, my man.
Good morning, y'all. First of all, I want to talk just a little bit about the UNC game. When the Cardinals did what they did at the Dean Dome, I guarantee you Roy Williams and every member of that team circled the game at the Yum Center. They came in with fire in their eyes, with blood in their eyes. They came in, we are not going to lose this game. So, and the way they played, you look at the 50-50 balls, and you look at the way they were rebounding, the way that they did what they did. Now, I'm not saying Louisville shouldn't have, put up a better effort, but North Carolina was not going to lose that game because of the embarrassment they suffered at the Dean Dome. So, number one, that tells me that was a specific set of circumstances. And when you're only shooting 30, the Cardinals were only shooting, 32, 33% from the floor.
Right.
You got to put the ball in the hole. So, I mean, but that was a specific circumstance for that game. Louisville is not, you can talk about the blackout they're going to have at Vitek. You can say that. But it's not going to be the same set of circumstances that Louisville's going to be going into tonight as it was Saturday. We can talk about Stephen, we can talk about the effort and all like that. But Louisville is not going into a revenge game, like they were Saturday. I really think, and we only lost by 10. So I think that tonight there is a much better opportunity for Louisville to go and get the win as it was on Saturday, because Saturday was a revenge game for North Carolina. And I just don't feel that we're going to meet any other team the rest of the season that is going to be under the same type of circumstances Saturday was.
Listen, Todd, I appreciate the call, and you're absolutely right. It's going to be different. It's not going to mean you can get away with any less effort. I'll have to say that. Like, you still won't get away with that. Producer Mitch, Texter wants to know the title of the song played at the 11 a.m. break. Do you know it?
The title of the song?
Yep, or instrumental that played.
Coming into this segment,
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those non-copyright music.
No title on it, just
no title on it.
Track.
Yeah, just
track one,
track.
Texter. The anonymous track.
That works. I'm good with that.
One more thing, Steve, before we completely get away from this game. Who does North Carolina have on their schedule moving forward?
I know they still play Duke twice. I know they still play Virginia. Let me see.
So basically, North Carolina has played the easy part of their ACC schedule as well.
Yeah. I mean,
North Carolina has played the easy part of their ACC schedule as well.
They play NC State, Virginia,
Yep.
Duke.
Wait, they have to play them.
Yeah.
Go back to who they already played. If you want me to bring it up.
I got it. Pittsburgh, NC State, Louisville, Notre Dame, Miami, Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech, Louisville.
Now, you see what happened right there? Anybody who listens closely knows that the knock that we heard on the commentary of the game was, look, we heard that comment. It caught our rabbit ears.
Mm-hmm.
Louisville has just played the weaker part of their ACC schedule, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was the excuse you needed to bet against Louisville, right?
Yeah.
And then say the tough part's coming up. You just read off the almost, aside from one game, the exact identical.
Virginia Tech's the only difference. So tonight, Louisville would
have played the exact same schedule as North Carolina.
Yeah.
And we all agreed at the beginning of the show, and if you watch any Sports Center, if you're on Twitter or anything, what have we heard? North Carolina is playing some of the best basketball in the country.
Yeah.
You know what we didn't hear not one time, Steve? North Carolina is playing the easy part of the ACC schedule.
Right.
Because that didn't matter. All that mattered is North Carolina's winning, and not one mention of saying, hey, well, moving forward, if you're in a battle with North Carolina for 3, 4, 5 spots, North Carolina, Virginia Tech, whatever, right?
Yeah.
All these I know Carolina and Louisville. I don't know about Virginia Tech's previous schedule, but basically what you've told me is we've all have the record based on, on the same schedules.
Yeah.
So don't tell me that Carolina is just going to take off and Louisville's just because it wasn't a personnel thing. If you admitted that it wasn't a personnel thing, it was inexperienced Louisville players trying to get adjusted to overhyped games. Tournament games, that's why you get busted. When you overachieve, you get busted in the second round.
No, absolutely.
Because you're not used to dealing with, oh my God, if we win this game, we're going to the Sweet 16.
Yeah. I think
that's why you get busted with young teams.
But I mean, in the same,
the second wave of sorry about that.
No,
the second wave of when you go to Indianapolis and you win that first game on Thursday or whatever, that most of the fans don't come. They say you should beat that team, and if you beat that team, I'm definitely coming down there. And after you beat that team, you're in team hotel. Last night there was a lot of Louisville fans, but this night before the next game, it's swamped with Louisville fans.
Yeah.
You get busted because you're not used to dealing with the emotions of, oh my God, if we win, we're going to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that they, and again, I mean, when you say I don't mind you saying they've played the weaker half of their schedule, but don't act like they haven't played in big games. That's the only thing. Right. When you're like, okay, yeah, Louisville played at Carolina. Go back and watch that game at Carolina. That place is jacked. See, when that game started.
You got to watch for that narrative too.
You know, I mean,
it wasn't a sleepwalking gym arena. They came to that game because they knew
NC
Louisville.
State at Louisville was probably the third or fourth best environment of the year to start the game off. I mean, you know, the Carolina game, one of the biggest environment, that may have been the best environment of the year. So I'm like, don't act like they haven't played in big. Now I'm not even doing out of conference. I mean, I could do a few games. I could do at Seton Hall in their building,
which they also had brought out some personal.
Yeah.
Crunk.
I mean, I could do.
This is Crunk night
at Indiana. I mean, I could like let's not Michigan State here.
I bet you our game in Indiana was their biggest attended game.
It was close
of the year.
I guarantee it was close. I mean, Kentucky here. I mean, like, don't act like this team is like. Well, they're going to be blown away by the rest of this. They've played in big games. They're okay. They're ready to play in big games, and I think they're going to win big games going forward. And tonight is a big game.
So let's get into a little bit of kind of a pregame attitude. What kind of adjustments between last night's game or Saturday's game and moving forward to Virginia Tech are you looking for? I'm saying I want you to be way too early take. I want you to do what I do 3 minutes into the game.
Yeah.
You know how I say this guy didn't come to play? For those who don't know, this is why I'm comfortable leaving the game early.
Right.
The wins and losses. You know they said Roy Williams doesn't look at the score the entire first half?
I can see that. Yeah.
Because that doesn't matter. What matters is, are you locked in on defense? Are you sprinting in our transition play? Are you executing? Are you making the right play? That's what matters, right? The score takes care of itself if you're doing the right thing. So people, cut me some slack. When I say I leave at the 12-minute mark of a game, it's because I either know they came locked in to play or not. They came in locked in, and some shots don't fall late, or some other team, make some big plays. Like, I'm okay with that. You win some, you lose some. But if you don't show up, or if you're, like I said, there's a difference between playing soft and playing reluctant. You know what I'm saying? And I think our guys are reluctant in these overhyped games.
Well, here's where I bring a little confidence.
Into Virginia Tech. Are you going to answer the Virginia Tech question now?
Yes. Yeah. Going into that is what adjustments I have to see tonight is with the bigs. Let me give you a stat real quick.
I hate you can't practice physical post play with the lack of bodies.
Kerry Blackshear is 6'10" for Virginia Tech.
He's so good.
The next tallest player, they have one guy that's 6'7". Then it's 6'6", 6'5", 6'2", 6'5", 6'5", 6'3", 6'2".
Let me counter.
Okay.
We don't take advantage of our advantages inside.
Well, you have to, and that's kind of where I'm going. Okay. You have to. After the way you lost the game at Carolina and the bigs, you feel like now they said bullied. I mean, I'll use the words that they said, punked and bullied. So I guess I'll go with that. Tonight's a game where that can't be, because if you get beat down, Carolina, I go, okay, Kentucky beats you up down low a little bit. You say, look, Reed Travis, PJ Washington, those guys are good. They're good players. They have a size advantage down low, even if it's not necessarily height.
It's fundamental post play and aggression level. Mixed with 5-star.
Reed Travis
talent.
is a grown man. PJ Washington is a good player. Those guys. Okay, well, you watch Carolina. You say, dude, they got good. Cam Johnson's a big dude.
He's a more seasoned Jordan Ward.
Yeah, like you go the list. tonight's a night where I say,
and they've been through it all. Cam Johnson, and people don't realize Cam Johnson and Luke May have been through it all.
Absolutely.
All of it.
And tonight, while let me say this, because it's going to sound like I'm contradicting myself a little bit. Kerry Blackshear is going to be one of the better big men you play all year. I'm giving that kid the credit where it's due. But he's literally what they have size-wise. If you get dominated on the boards tonight, or you get dominated down low tonight, I come in here tomorrow and go, hey, dude, that's on y'all, and that's a mindset that's got to be changed because you're not going to win games. You should not get beat from that.
If you see that mindset, are you going to say, Coach?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think so. Because I think you say, well, why is this? What happened here? Like, why are we doing this? Because this is a game where Louisville should be aggressive in the paint. Like, I mean, we should feel like, man, we have something.
Going to the basket, attacking the basket.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. Whenever someone asks me, hey, Marcus, what do you think about this Coach Matt guy?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can always take the last 3 words they say on how you feel about it. When you say, how do you feel about this new Coach Mac? You might be a little neutral. This Coach Mac guy, that means you're negative on him. You know what I'm saying? How do you think about this big hire in Coach Mac? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I can tell where you're going, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing. You're asking my opinion, my professional opinion. It's great to be able to give the same answer. He knows. And then you say, well, what do you mean? I know he knows because he sees what I see. And when we get to when you get to the press conference, he says exactly what I left the game saying. So I know he knows. Now the rest, communication between him and his assistant coaches and the players, and the balance between Coach Pitino crushing some kid and then, one of the assistant coaches patting him on the butt and whatever, Gaudio, Mac, Pegues, Murray combination, scouting a game out, whatever combination they have in relationship, dude, that's such a volatile chemical imbalance that you can't even, there's nothing you can do with that.
No.
You hope that in his laboratory, he has his little Bunsen burner, you know what I'm saying? And he's, his petri dish, right?
Yeah.
You just hope that he's putting together the right level of anger, disappointment, positive reinforcement. And I say, I know he knows, and I know he's saying the right things. Getting the kids to do that, like that's why they pay you the big bucks.
Well, my thing is when is he
was I really just talking about Bunsen burners and petri? When was the last time
I got your point. You kind of lost me there. But my point is, when is he not?
Mitch, have you ever used the phrase Bunsen burner?
It's been a while. I completely forgot those even existed until you just brought it up.
but you knew petri dishes.
I don't know petri dishes.
You don't know the phrase petri dish?
No.
Really? 38, 31, 93, 9. Am I old?
I don't know it. I don't know what it means. Yeah. To be honest with you.
I'm so sorry that I ruined it. Oh my God. I'm just gonna go roll up on a big ball.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm lost. So
I'm sorry. I threw you off all.
No. I mean, I was just gonna say, Mac has up until now, he's done that every time. I don't know if he's done it like that, but you feel like
I'm sorry, man. Just go to commercial break. Middays with Marcus Maven, 8150, 93.9. I need a new job.
Are you ready to sell your home? Well, there couldn't be a better time. Houses are going for top dollar and selling quickly. You need to call Jill Blessinger with Keller Williams. She has a team of professionals that will help you sell your home quickly and get the most for it. She is a professional home stager and photographer. And when you're ready to buy, she works with Becky Bleemel of Caliber Home Loans. She makes the loan process very simple. And if you mention you heard this on Middays with Marcus Maven or ESPN, your appraisal is absolutely free. So give Jill a call today at 502-773-0546. That's 502-773-0546. And let her help you today.
Genesis Diamonds makes Valentine's sweeter than ever this year with an unprecedented offer. Just spend as little as $199 on a fabulous piece of jewelry, and we'll give you fresh cut flowers, a box of chocolates, and a romantic dinner absolutely free. This is an offer only Genesis Diamonds can make. Just buy any jewelry for $199 or more, and we'll give you some fresh cut flowers from Nan's and Craft Florists, a box of chocolates, and a gift card for her dinner at Louisville's exquisite French restaurant, Brasserie Provence on Hurstbourne Parkway. And you're going to love the collection of affordable Valentine's gifts we put together. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, bands, all the gifts women love. Classic, affordable, timeless. Make Valentine's one to remember this year with one-stop shopping. Pick out that perfect gift at Genesis Diamonds. Spend as little as $199, and we'll give you the flowers, the chocolates, and the Brasserie Provence gift card at no charge. Our treat, Genesis Diamonds, where Louisville gets engaged. Shelbyville Road Plaza next to Trader Joe's. Supplies limited. See store for details.
So, Steve, what do you think about Bill at Scorns & Sons Collision Centers, man?
Let me just say, I had a friend who totally ruined his car. They got him taken care of quick, efficiently, and out the door.
Family owned and operated for over 70 years, Ed Scorns is the leader in auto repair technology and technician training. Do not, I repeat, do not let just anyone repair your vehicle. It's your choice. Tell your insurance company you're taking your vehicle to Bill at Scorns & Sons Collision Centers. There are 2 locations, Bardstown Road and Shelbyville Road in Middletown. Or call us at 491-BODY or visit us at etscorns.com. That's ETSCORNS.com.
What good is it having that beautiful view on your front and backyard if you can't see through your old grimy windows? Or how about when you let a little fresh air and your windows are constantly getting stuck? If this sounds like your current situation, it's time to make that call to Windows Plus. They have the best free lifetime transferable warranty, the best installation in town, quality products, doors, windows, siding, and gutters. They've also been voted the most efficient for 2018 and an A-plus Better Business Bureau rating and all 5-star reviews, which means these are exactly the new windows you've been looking for. So go visit them at 11501 Plantside Drive, Louisville, Kentucky, or 502-494-0120. That's Windows Plus. Make the call.
This is Marcus Maben, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville.
Cards fans, it's an exciting time to support your teams. With all that excitement, celebrate with beer made right here in Louisville. Great Flood Brewing has long supported U of L, and we can't wait to see what the future holds. Visit the Great Flood Tap Room on Bardstown Road to see all that we have to offer. As always, visit us at greatfloodbrewing.com and follow our story at Great Flood Beer on social media. Thanks to 93.9 for being the best dang station in the city, but you knew that already. Go Cards.
I said Great Flood like 5 times. Think I got it?
At your Wright Implement Stores in Corydon, Seymour, and Orleans, you'll find quality John Deere products like Gators, zero-turn mowers, lawn tractors, utility tractors, and much more. Plus line trimmers, blowers, and chainsaws from Steel, push mowers, generators, and tillers from Honda. And our state-of-the-art John Deere parts and service departments are always ready to help, should you need us. So, whether you're working around the house, commercial mowing, or farming 10,000 acres, our goal is to make you a customer for life. Wright Implement. Online at wrightint.com.
Chances are you recently talked about it, or thought about it, or might even be thinking about it right now. You're thinking it's time to upgrade your vehicle, and boy do we have the place for you. Globe Auto Sales. Family owned and operated, serving the greater Kentuckiana area since 1972. Why Globe Auto Sales? Well, the answer is simple. The staff at Globe Auto Sales focuses entirely on the quality buying experience, not the high-pressured sales pitch you get at other places. So while you're thinking about it, stop by Globe Auto Sales located at 5705 Bardstown Road. Check out their inventory at Globe Autos online. Oh, and be sure to tell them you're a friend of 93.9 The Ville.
This is Drew Diener, and you're listening to 93.9 The Ville, live from the OPC Services Studio.
Hi, this is Scott Davenport. I'm the head basketball coach at Bellarmine University, and I want to invite you to join me every Monday night from 7 to 8 p.m. on 93.9 The Ville, talking sports. All sports, all levels. Football, basketball, baseball, thoroughbred racing, golf, you name it, everything's on the table. This show is about you and your opinion. I may not agree with it, but I will respect it.
Monday evenings from 7 to 8 on 93.9 The Ville.
Hi, I'm Hannah Gist with Gist Piano. Playing sports teaches discipline and teamwork. Playing the piano develops a child's cognitive abilities. As a mom of 3, I encourage you to invest in sports and the piano. Try Gist Piano Center, family owned and operated since 1971.
We are right in the heart of winter, which means you're about to find out how many beats your heating system has left in it. Hey, whether it just needs to be serviced or you need a brand new system, DFH Company is the place to call. This month, buy a complete Trane system and get 6 months special financing, plus your choice of a whole house humidifier or air cleaner. It's hard to stop a train, and it's hard to not call DFH Company. So call today, 968-6222, or visit dfhcompany.com for full details.
Here's Louisville basketball great Luke Hancock.
Friends don't let friends buy ugly diamonds. That's why true friends and those who know diamonds send their friends to Davis Jewelers. Because here is where you'll find Louisville's most beautiful diamonds. Davis Jewelers is Louisville's largest fine jeweler with 3 to 4 times the diamonds you'll find in average jewelry stores. At the Davis Jewelers Diamond Bar, they get you hands-on with the most beautiful certified loose diamonds in the state. Not just 1 or 2 diamonds like most stores, but dozens of gorgeous diamonds in your size and price range at the best price in Kentuckiana, guaranteed. They're the good guys. Davis Jewelers even has interest-free financing for qualified buyers, so you can do this. That's why true friends send their friends to Davis Jewelers, my jeweler, because love, it's what they do.
Davis Jewelers, Louisville's largest fine jeweler. Forest Green Boulevard, just off North Hurstbourne Parkway, and davisjewelers.com.
Middays with Marcus.
No.
In the Ville is broadcasting live from the OPC Pest Services studio. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Midday with Marcus Maben, 8150. 93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. We Are Made for the Ville is the YouTube channel. And speaking of, I better come back from commercial break before we have a incomplete riot going on.
Let me clear something up right now real quick, because I've gotten a lot of texts, Facebook messages, everything.
Mm-hmm.
I did not wear white.
Talk about it.
Listen, I don't, and I'm going to be very, very stuck up about this. I don't really care if you don't like that I didn't wear white. I was on a 5-6 game winning streak in my pullover.
You was in a 6-game ACC winning streak.
Yeah.
5 game
in my pullover.
You haven't had a 5-game ACC winning streak for 5 years.
Listen, I put the white shirt on Saturday morning. I went to my son's game. I sat there, and I went to my son's archery tournament. Sat there, and I said, this don't feel right. Don't feel right. Vibes off. So I went and I put my pullover on.
Your winning streak pullover.
Yes. And I do not feel bad. I would do it again. I think the reason we lost is because I didn't do it from the beginning. I should have just kept the vibes right. Like, I'm sorry. But now, you know what? I'm going in preparation for the blackout game. I'm going to wear black for the next couple games.
And almost identical to your story, I purchased some tennis shoes, icy whites to wear, for the whiteout. It didn't feel right. My boots were also on a winning streak.
Fair.
Maybe a little longer than the 5-game winning streak. They were on a full tilt winning streak. I actually took these shoes back because I didn't even want them in my possession. I wanted my boots to be my only option.
Yeah.
Now, I can live without the boots. I can get fly again.
I know.
So, we got through
So sometimes you need to take a loss so that way you can refresh.
May be number 1 at the end of the day.
It's possible, yeah.
The doctor, Ebert, let us know. We need to talk about that.
They will be 1 or 2.
They definitely will be 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I don't. That Walls thing, man. You know what, man? Like, I want to be number 1, right? Yeah. I think we deserve to be number 1 based on the resume, right? I think the Walls community relationship is that one guy who didn't want to let a unanimous Hall of Famer into the Baseball Hall of Fame, who Ken Griffey just not gonna let anybody go unanimous, and then Mario Rivera gets the #1 nod,
right?
Because he's a humanitarian. But anyway, Coach Walls is not necessarily seen as a humanitarian, so he will not get that unanimous. And I think there's some jackwad who's gonna make sure they put Louisville at like 16 or something to make sure he doesn't get that #1 vote. So it wouldn't surprise me if we're 2. I hope we are at #1. So, Steve, isn't this the best part of the show every single time?
It's always fun.
Listeners of Middays with Marcus Maben, the reason I tell you people that this is not the show that you can just jump in and jump out of. Like, I'm not side chick thing. You can't. I didn't mean like that, but you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be committed to this show or you'll miss too much. Like if you miss this soap opera, you can't just catch up next week and say, oh, this is what's going on here. This is what's going on. Well, with this subject, you can. Steve, local sports. One team took a bad loss. One team had a huge road win that pretty much made everybody feel like, okay, this is a team that has a shot, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You know the two teams I'm speaking of.
Oh, yeah.
Often, after the best of Louisville performances, we usually come in here and look at our local print media. Often, we have big complaints with the coverage or lack thereof of huge wins. Steve, this weekend wasn't so good for the University of Louisville.
Right.
This weekend, dare I say, was an awesome win for the University of Kentucky.
It was good. Yeah, good road win.
Steve, guess who has the big, actually don't guess. Let me tell people what you informed me of coming into the show. Guess who has the big, huge spread in the picture between the two local teams? Neither. It's North Carolina. The local paper has an air booty bump of North Carolina and a dejected number 5 Malik Williams walking off disgruntled in the Yum Center with a big caption, win streak ends at home to Tar Heels.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
over here in the little corner, Wildcats rebound from a dismal first half.
Well, I guess they gave us what we wanted, right? You put Louisville. Make sure you put Louisville in. Maybe
Louisville finally made the big spread.
How about maybe they're just not. Maybe they're not for one team or the other. Maybe they just.
Because that is a title that would irritate me if I'm a Kentucky fan. Wildcats rebound from dismal first half.
I mean, maybe they just don't like happiness. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's like just being miserable is what they want. I don't understand it. Like,
Higby thankful for time at Western Kentucky.
It's good.
Rams tight end.
Yeah,
that's well deserved.
That.
This picture's very, very small.
It's just I don't know. Like,
of Kentucky wins over Florida.
I don't get it. It's like you can't get the only time you can get a large print story is when you get beat. Okay, thanks.
Is that what it takes to get?
That was fun.
Not missing anything.
Yeah, well.
Regulars, newcomers square off. Yeah. See if anything important in here. Mahomes, MVP. Virginia Tech tonight. Oh my goodness gracious. Last thoughts on Virginia Tech?
It's one that if you can win will be absolutely huge. I mean, if you can go in there and take this one coming off the loss Saturday in a big Monday game. I mean, and the severity I put on it is when they announced the top 16 seeds or the top 16, you know how they do the tournament release, you're probably in it. You're probably in it if you win Monday.
If you win Monday.
Yeah, I mean, that's how important it is. I mean, this is going to be a top 20 matchup. It's going to be probably like 11 versus 17 or something. I mean, this is a big one, and then and then I don't even want to couple it with Saturday against Florida State, but I mean, it's hard not to, if you win this one, to tomorrow
I imagine
say if you go with Florida State, man, it's 2 ranked road wins on the I mean, in a week.
Again, people, we had Vince Tyree on Friday. It was a great in-studio view. Like I said, be sure to go download that podcast. It kind of gives you a vibe of the way they do things kind of behind the scenes. He's very candid, very comfortable. I do appreciate his time stepping in. And here's what I want to do, people. We're heading into this Virginia Tech game. I did want to, like we do most shows, give you any opportunity to kind of hear the vibe, the direction and the focus of a Coach Chris Mack headed forward. Take it away.
We didn't come out with much fire, and I'm disappointed.